the elements. When you came in here, you looked like something from Beauty and the Beast. Did that woman at the beginning with your coats over your heads? The rain's falling outside.
It's a bit damp today.
It is.
A little bit damp today. Well, thank you so much for coming in on Women in Business Week, which has been an inspiring week. Obviously, I share this show with Gina most mornings, and I've been catching up with the likes of Sharp Moeller Solicitors. We had Anne-Marie from Farmers Food at Home, and it's the breadth of business that I'm really enjoying talking about, because who's going to take the lead here? Who's going to introduce you and what you do?
So we are Signspeed. We're a sign design and print company based on the Cairo airfield, and I'm Donna, and this is my co-director and co-owner of the business, Sam.
Hi.
Hello. And Sam, you were just telling me off air that this is quite a momentous year for you.
It is, yes. So this is Donna and my 5th anniversary of taking over the business. Signspeed is actually 42 years old, but we did an employee buyout 5 years ago, didn't we?
Yeah.
So it's quite a big month for us.
Yes, it is.
Well, massive congratulations. What's it like taking over a company that had that legacy behind it, over 40 years of business, and you're like, yeah, we're going to continue that?
It was quite daunting because it was such an established business, like you say, such a legacy, but it was just really nice for us to be able to take it on, not only to keep our own employment, but also to keep the employment of the rest of the team in the county as well.
And also to keep those skills within the county, because what we do is quite niche, and to lose those skills from a long-standing business would have been such a shame.
Well, because anything that's larger than a poster, an A3 poster, it's quite hard to get manufactured, and that's kind of the things that you can offer, isn't it?
Yes, that's right. We offer a wide range of things, from vehicle graphics through to shop fascias, and where we are different to what you can buy on the internet is we're quite bespoke. We're local, so we can come out, we can have a chat. We still very much believe in the face-to-face contact, that if somebody is looking for something bespoke, we'll guide them through it, because sometimes people don't know what they want, and when you press a button on the internet and you order something, it's not always what you actually think you're going to get. So that's, I think, where we definitely specialise.
Yeah, you mentioned there, Donna, that you were primarily keeping your jobs when you took on the role. What did you do beforehand?
So day to day, I worked within the business. Sam and my story were very similar, where we both actually come to the business to cover temporary positions. Oh, wow. So I was only there for 6 months to cover a maternity leave position, and here I am nearly 8 years later as a co-owner of the business.
That's incredible. But I'm only a short term, plug a gap, and then we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I know I'll end up running the company. Sam, give us an idea though as to who else is part of that company.
So we've got a team of 7 in total. We've got a complete estate agent service where we put up for sale signs and things like that. So somebody does that full time. We've got an in-house graphic design team. We've also got account managers and creative consultants, and we've also got production in-house and installation. So we're very much the full shebang. We do inspiration right through to the installation side of things.
That's because that's often the difficulty, isn't it? Is that back in the old school, all right, my graphic designer's sent over this, they're going to send it to the production house. Oh, I need to find a builder or equivalent handyman to put it up correctly. Whereas you're there from inception all the way through to a nice little picture and say, look what we helped you do.
And that's one of the key services that we actually offer. It's being able to advise and say, this is what you want to achieve. This is how we need to achieve it. These are the things you need to bear in mind, whether it be how your colour appears on different substrates in different formats, to how is it going to look in its finished position.
Amazing. And was this your aspiration to be a co-owner, a co-director of a company?
No,
I don't think so. No.
I don't think either of us set out ever thinking we'd own and run a business. I don't think it really sank in probably until about 6 months after we took over, when we suddenly went, oh, okay.
It was kind of once we'd moved as well, because we'd moved from the previous owner's garden to our new unit at Cairo Airfield, and once we'd got everything laid out, and it was just like, this is ours now.
Yeah, it all became real suddenly.
Yeah.
And we rolled with it though, didn't we?
Yeah.
And I think we changed and we developed and we grew from that point.
Yeah.
But no, we never actually thought we were going to own or run a business. Not even when we went to work there. Like Donna said, we did it really because we didn't want to go look for another job. We enjoyed what we did.
We didn't even know each other before we started working together.
Wow. So it's not as if you were like old school friends that were like, oh, we happen to work in the same place.
She'll tell you a story now.
We both went to Greenhill School in Tenby, but Sam's much older than me, so we wouldn't have known each other in school because she's 3 school years.
3 school years.
3 school years.
Oh, that is a millennia in
It-
school years, isn't it?
Yeah.
3 school years.
And she does not let me forget it.
I love that. So you end up working with each other, and then let's be real. How, after that 6 months, so a big change immediately, you've moved premises. You're 5 years down the line now, so hopefully we can have this conversation. What strain did it put on your relationship when that dawning moment came on you?
It actually didn't. It pulled us closer together, I think, because we're very different people, complete opposites. But I think that does work when
with our skill sets, and even like if one of us is up, the other one and the other one's down, we balance each other out. And
if I'm having a moment, I'm thinking, oh God, I can't do this. Donna steps in and is reasonable and says, right, come on, we're going to go back to basics. We're going to, sit down. And if it's the other way round, I then tend to be level-headed and sort of say to you, come on, we'll be okay. So it's amazing we've got each other.
That's great that you're in that balance, isn't it? Give me an example though of maybe some of the challenges you have had. I imagine a premises move is quite a significant challenge, and actually the paperwork to get to this point. Are there any other challenges, or are they the standouts? Have you got a challenge each for me?
Well, the worry of when we were loading our big wide format commercial printer onto the van with the help of a local moving agency, and loading it the other side and plugging it in and hoping it was work. So we only didn't print for 1 day. So
wow.
we were back up in production really quickly.
We packed, and obviously the machinery is very large, very heavy. And we weren't sure how that was going to go. Even though we weren't moving far, we only moved Castelli to Carew. It wasn't far to go, but it's huge machinery to move around. So that was a challenge, definitely.
Yeah, that was a moment of slight worry.
A little bit hot under the collar. Is everything going to work as it was? Has something just gone out of alignment? Because alignment's key. Like all your bleed lines.
Definitely.
Yes, the slightest bump could have sent the print head completely askew, or it was quite a moment, because our business focuses very much on being able to do those services using things we've got in-house.
Producing in-house and keeping it local. But I think every first was a challenge when we first took over. Every first staff appraisal, every first time we did anything, we did it together, didn't we? But now
doing the wages, making sure that we're paying people, and are we sending it to the right accounts, but then we kind of worked along each other and then separated those key skills out, so we've got
quite defined roles now, haven't we? And that works well. And again, because we are so different, those roles sort of found their feet within each other then.
That's really good, isn't it? And from being thrust into it almost and be like, right, let's just figure this out as we go along. You're still going, you're still taking orders. You've got full-time employees on one project for different letting agents. What's been one of your proudest moments?
For me, it was something quite small, really. But we used to have set tea breaks when we were employed. But for me, it was putting a coffee machine into my office. And it sounds silly, but that was the one thing I said to Donna, that because I drink so much coffee, strong and black, to keep me going. And that moment when we put that coffee machine in the office, something small, but to me, it just meant so much.
I did that. I made this possible for me. It is those small moments, isn't it? Donna, what about you?
I guess it's just when you actually stop and look back of what we have actually achieved over the 5 years, because you're so busy head down and keeping on trucking and keeping on doing things. Sometimes to take that step back and kind of think, we're actually running a very successful, viable business. We're employing people. We're doing that. If we weren't driving it, it wouldn't have happened. The business might not have continued. We've done this. And Sam can drink coffee
in her office. But
she's a nicer person when she drinks coffee.
It's true.
And then, who have been some of your role models? Because neither of you set out to be a woman in business. You were employees. You were quite, satisfied. You had your income. Did you have someone pre-takeover, or have you learnt a lot about other women in business since taking over in the last 5 years? What's the best way to answer that one?
We did have a lot of support, didn't we, when it was first announced that there's an employee buyout available. Donna and I sort of spoke to each other about it, and we did get support from Business Pathfinders, which is a business consultancy, and Graham there was instrumental in supporting us right through from that first sit down we had, and us saying, do you think we can do it? He was very supportive of us.
Very good, looking at the figures, explaining everything to us as non-business owners, exactly what those numbers meant and how we could develop them, what the potentials were. He was really supportive along the journey. And say even down to our solicitor, Betsan, who helped again, go through the whole process. She was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, we've been supported quite well. And I think everyone wanted to keep that legacy of Signspeed going, so they bought in and supported us right from the beginning, and our staff really as well. The support they've given us, the team makes Signspeed what it is. They are a great bunch.
That's so great. And then what are your aspirations? You're 5 years in, so you've got past a lot of new businesses. They struggle in their first couple of years. You're at 5 years. What are the aspirations? What's next?
To continue to grow. We want to build a bigger team. We want to be able to offer more capacity. Little things like we say, we've grown. We can do vehicle graphics all year round, whereas before that was very much a good weather. Like in this weather, not a chance. So being able to grow those offerings and to be able to invest in training staff and upskilling them more within the industry, because it is quite specialised.
It is very specialised, and if you've got any sign purpose needs, what's the best way that maybe another woman in business is thinking, I need a new fascia for my shop, I need new things that I want to talk about from inception through to creation? What's the best way that they can find you?
They can always contact us via phone, and that's 01646 651 799, or they can always email across to us at hello@signspeed.com, or just reach out via our social media, or Donna and I are both on LinkedIn.
Or pop in, Sam will make a coffee.
Yeah, use that coffee machine.
get us worth out. And then for those that are in business, maybe they're a little bit younger in the journey, maybe they're thinking, I've got a really good idea, or maybe I'm just making bags in my kitchen. Is this something viable? What's your advice to someone that might be thinking, is there something in this? And I want to take that step to become someone in business.
I would say just go for it.
Yeah, if you don't try it, you never know.
Yeah, and there's never a right time. You'll be waiting for something to happen or change, but just go for it and believe in yourself and surround yourself with good support.
Surround yourself with good support. That seems to be the enduring comments that we've had throughout the week, is having good mentors, having good support around you. Because as you both mentioned, there's some days where you're up and you're down and you need that other person next to you to be like, no, I'm going to steady the ship today. And then tomorrow we might both be up, and then we can start looking at those bigger ideas. That seems to be the thread that I'm getting throughout this week. Donna and Sam, thank you so much for coming on to the breakfast show this morning. A busy day ahead?
Yes, it's always a busy day at Signspeed.
Back to the office.
Yeah,
back to the office. Is there a song that I can play for you to send you on your way?
Well, I think on this wet and windy days, we nearly got blew away. Let's go for Bryan Adams' Summer of '69.
We'll be playing that very shortly here on your breakfast show. Before your celebrations, your what's on to the Pembrokeshire Coast National Park, and a look at the roads with our traffic and travel still to come. One more time, Donna and Sam from Signspeed, thank you so much for coming on to the breakfast show and supporting Women in Business Week with us.
Thank you.
Triptease Thursdays, sponsored by the Giltar Hotel.